Hey there, this is Jim Donovan. Welcome to the show. I am so glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about simple steps that can add up to 30 years to your life. I'll never forget the night of April 10th, 1995. My Rusted Root bandmates and I had just finished a great set at the old Boston Garden Arena. We were coming off the adrenaline high of opening up for Robert Plant and Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin, a dream come true for us all. A few minutes later, there was a knock on our dressing room door. I answered it, and standing smack dab in front of me were two more of my musical heroes, Aerosmith's Steven Tyler and Joe Perry. They were stopping by to congratulate us on our set before seeing their old pals perform. Steven shook my hand, and as I stared at him in awe, he said, "Man, you guys have a real special groove. It's like it came straight down from heaven." One of the best showmen in classic rock just complimented how well we play rhythm, and I was beside myself. That simple 30-second interaction will stick with me for the rest of my life. There's no denying that rhythm has the power to move, uplift, and change lives. In my case, rhythm not only helped me launch a career as a professional drummer, but it also helped me to recover from 5 life-saving GI surgeries last year. Now today, you'll learn how rhythm can help you by adding years to your life. Before I left the hospital to recover from my surgeries at home, my nurse emphasized how crucial regular walking would be to my recovery. And honestly, it was the best piece of advice I had received regarding my rehabilitation. Although it wasn't easy, walking worked. Little by little, I increased the frequency, duration, and intensity of my walks. Each day I committed to taking a few more steps a bit faster than the day before. Eventually, I regained my strength and adopted a daily walking routine, which I continue today. And now I'm able to walk, jog, or run down the road to say hi to all the different farm animals along my route. Not only did walking help speed up my recovery, but according to the latest research, it also increased my life expectancy. But the trick is, you have to walk in a certain way to gain the longevity benefits. Let's take a look at the research. A 2011 study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association reviewed 9 studies including nearly 34,000 people ages 65 and older. Researchers followed up with them anywhere between 6 and 20 years. They found that certain gait speeds, which is how fast you walk, were associated with a longer lifespan. Older adults with an average gait speed of 1.3 miles per hour had a higher likelihood for poor health markers and lower life expectancy. Those with an average gait speed of 1.7 miles per hour had an average life expectancy, about 70-year-olds for men and 72 for females. But those who walked just a little bit faster at 2.2 miles per hour had a much longer life expectancy, and those with 2.6 miles per hour had an exceptional lifespan. The researchers noted that survival differences were even more pronounced among the study participants 75 years of age and older. If their gait speeds were 2.2 miles per hour or above, their life expectancy was consistently longer than average. 70-year-old men gained anywhere from 7 to 23 years, while 70-year-old women enjoyed an extra 10 to 30 years. According to the researchers, a person's gait has such an effect on lifespan because walking requires energy, movement control, and support, and places demands on multiple organ systems, including the heart, lungs, circulatory, nervous, and musculoskeletal systems. Slowing gait may reflect both damaged systems and a high energy cost of walking. They said, and I quote, "Decreasing mobility may induce a vicious cycle of reduced physical activity and deconditioning that has a direct effect on health and survival." Other studies have shown that walking increases longevity by burning fat, lowering blood pressure, reducing risk of several types of cancer, and slowing memory decline. But here's the thing, if your gait speed is on the slower side, don't fret. You can improve it easily and naturally. And that's where rhythm comes in. Rhythm has been shown to easily increase walking speed and as a result, your longevity. In fact, many hospitals and rehabilitation centers are now using rhythm-based practices to help patients, especially stroke victims, build or rebuild their ability to walk. I recently wrote an article about this exact subject, and in it, I show a video of a real session where the patient, whose name is George, uses rhythmic music to boost his gait speed. At the beginning of the session, George walks about 40 feet, very slowly with a cane. While he did this, the therapist played slow music at 65 beats per minute. But as the music gradually sped up, so did George's walking speed. By the end of the session, he was able to walk 250 feet to fast music, that's 120 beats per minute, without his cane and relatively unassisted. The technique is called rhythmic auditory stimulation, or RAS, and it uses rhythm to stimulate the movement centers of the brain. In other words, you can train your brain to walk to the beat. Now here's how you can start your own rhythmic walking routine. Whether you're in recovery, growing older, or just want to improve your longevity, everyone can benefit from walking more, even if you already have good gait speed. You can easily boost the speed of your daily stroll by using the RAS technique I just described. But first, it's helpful to know your average walking speed. Here are a few helpful tools. First, download a walking app like Map My Walk or Walk Meter. These will track your walking route, your duration, and your walking speed. Plus, there are a lot of free versions available. Personally, I found that tracking my progress is really helpful in keeping me consistent and accountable. Or you could purchase a pedometer to track how far you've walked and use a stopwatch to keep track of how long you walked. You can divide the distance by time to get your overall walking speed. Once you've determined your average gait speed, you can create a personalized playlist that can help you speed things up and, in turn, boost your longevity. The way you do this is to create a walking playlist that includes music with a steady beat that you can walk to. I suggest using songs that are a certain beats per minute. For instance, if your average walking tempo is about 2 miles per hour, I recommend songs that are in the 100 BPM range. If it's close to 3 miles per hour, search for songs in the 120 beats per minute range. You can find songs with a certain BPM on streaming services like Spotify or YouTube to choose from. Just type in the BPM, so beats per minute, and your preferred genre of music. For example, 120 BPM classic rock, and then choose your favorite songs. At the end of your playlist, tack on a few songs that are 5 BPM faster than your average walking speed. And that will help you speed up your average gait speed over time. The bottom line is keep moving your body. I want to wish you happy walking and thank you so much for tuning in today. Well, that's it for today. I appreciate you tuning in. Remember to come see us on our social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Just search Jim Donovan Sound Health.